Mom was not happy with me. And so what we had that winter is my dad found 3 bags, 100-pound bags of green potatoes. He bought them. Now we had green frozen potatoes. And we had eggs. So we had frozen potatoes, poached deer meat, and eggs. That's what we lived on. And every morning we'd have eggs. Every night we'd have eggs. And one day Mom says, I sat on the edge of bed and I started flapping my wings and started crowing. She says, well, what's going on? She says, if I ate one more egg, I'm going to turn into a chicken. We were tired of chicken. Sort of like these guys with manna. Can't you just picture them out there? Toast manna. Manna for every meal. Hey, Mom, what's for lunch? Manna burgers. Well, what's for dinner? Manna kebabs. I mean, what are you going to have tomorrow night? Manicotti. What are you going to drink with it? Manischewitz. Manna. And they were so sick of that manna, they complained and bellyache. They were just griping, they were complaining, and they didn't even have to work for it. All they had to do was step outside their tent, pick it up, bring it in and eat it. Simple. See, God would put it on the ground, they'd pick it up. But they complained, they bellyache. You know, it's so easy to complain when we have to wait, isn't it? You go over to Albertsons, they got that big sign, 3's a crowd. 10 people in line, know where the checker's around, and you start grumbling, oh crumb, where's that third person, where's that person at? And you just watch, I know this is me, okay? I just start watching, when some guy comes up, well there he comes now, that on the door, what everybody else does. Anybody else relate to that? Sure we do, don't we? Okay, grumble and growl. See, when you're waiting, then you're waiting impatiently on some on-ramp on a freeway. Now this is too applicable here, but it's really big in California. You're waiting, and some guy goes around you with only one person, and he gets in the carpool, and he shoots down the freeway, and there you sit. Man, let me get that guy. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's the way we are. See, the truth is, we really don't mind waiting as long as we can complain about it. As long as I can grumble about that little lady up front's got 48 coupons, and she's just digging out of her purse. The lady, you know what bugs me the most? You go in a line, and she's got 12 groceries, and the guy rings up and says, I'll be $12.95. She said, just a second. Then she starts to dig in her purse. Let's see, I got a checkbook here somewhere. Drives me nuts. Sign that check, be ready to put the amount in and walk out. Get out of my way. That's me, see? Can anybody relate to that feeling? I think so. See? I mean, grunt, groan, complain. God said, don't fret though. Don't worry. Don't get uptight. See, when we really grumble though is when we're waiting for God. That's when we really grumble. Proverbs 19:2 this says, impatience will get you into trouble. And we got a testimony about that one. I could talk all day on that one. But anyway, when we try to take matters into our own hands, or matters in our own hands, we make things worse. We get in trouble. We get impatient. We try to help God out. Have you ever been in a hurry God wasn't? Man, you betcha. You know, get a little frustrated, sort of tell God, okay, God, let's go. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get some action here, God. Whoa, come on. Look what I've done, God. I'm ready for you. Let's move it. Come on. Let's go. See, we try to pump God up. But see, God's never in a hurry. I mean, man, the Bible says to him a day is like 1,000 years, 1,000 years like a day. And he's larger than time, folks. He's larger than time. And one of the useless things, one of the most useless things to try to do is to try to speed up God and his agenda because you have an agenda of your own. Just makes you frustrated. And remember, the Bible says impatience will get you into trouble. Because, see, you'll get impatient, you try to work it out all by yourself. You get the dream from God, get the decision to go for it, and then that delay comes, and it's not fast enough for you. And you start to figure out a way to get God's dream going on your own. And you start trying to force the issues a little bit. You know who did that in the Bible? Remember old Abraham? Here he is. He says, God says, Abraham, I'm going to give you a son. Well, 75 years later, he still don't have a son. Sarah was incapable of conception. And so they came up with a bright idea. Hey, Abraham, honey, tell you what. See, the Lord has kept me from having children. This is really bothering me. So I want you to go sleep with my handmaiden there. And perhaps then I can build a family through her. Abraham said, hey, great idea. I think I'll try it. And so Hagar gets pregnant. She bears a son. They name him Ishmael. Abraham says, yeah, God, I got the miracle child. There he is. And God says, that's not the one. That's just normal conception. That's not the baby I want to give you. Oh, okay. But see, God blessed Ishmael anyway, and Ishmael became a father of a great nation. Today, he's the father of the Arabs that we see. But God says, listen, I've got another one coming, Abraham. And later, of course, Abraham had Isaac through Sarah when he was about 90 years old, or she was about 90 years old. He was 99 years old, according to Genesis. That's pretty elderly to be having kids. Can you imagine? I just can't imagine raising one of my age. I got a ways to go before I'm going to get 99. I'm not near as old as Carl, but man, I'm getting there. All right. See, no, Isaac became the father then of the Jewish nation. See, it's interesting that all this commotion that's going over there in the Middle East is the Arabs and the Jews is simply a family feud, folks. It's a family feud over there. It's going on for thousands of years. Why? Because Abraham got in a hurry. And he created his own dream. Isaac and Ishmael are half-brothers. Did you realize that? See, and when you hear about the Arabs being anti-Semitic, folks, it's impossible because they're Semitic too. Both have the same father, Abraham. Man, just a little family squabble. That's all it is. But because Abraham got in a hurry, we have thousands of years of conflict over there. Impatience will get you into trouble. Really will. See, God doesn't need your help. Just relax. Don't fret. Instead, what do you got to do? You got to learn to trust God's timing. You get that? Learn to trust God's timing. See? Psalm 37, 7 and 8 says, rest in the Lord. Wait patiently for Him to act. Don't fret. Don't worry. It only leads to harm. Circle that big word rest. I think it's real important you understand that word rest. See, resting. Did you know that resting can be an act of faith? It just means you're waiting on God. Rest can be an act of faith. So, Jeff, this afternoon, just tell your wife, honey, I'm going in for a little bit of discipleship this afternoon. I'm going to take that nap. I'm going to build my faith. You wake me up about 5 o'clock. How's that? And then you look back and say, well, you know what, honey? I'm going to really stretch my faith today, make it 6. Rest. Okay. But you know what happens when you and I get into a storm or a turmoil of some sort? We lay awake all night, we fret about it. See, the very fact that we're laying awake at night thinking about it means we're not living by faith. We're not sleeping because we're not trusting God to work it out for us. God says, don't fear, don't fret. Remember, I'm always with you. You need to learn to trust my timing. I will help you out. Notice what he said in this little verse, wait patiently for Him to act. Have you ever waited impatiently? I think you have if you ever went to the Department of Motor Vehicles. Now let me ask you a question. When you wait impatiently, does that make it any better? Do you get any further in that line by going, come, move, move. Hey, get more guys in line. It don't work, does it? It doesn't help at all. It just irritates everybody. It makes you more miserable. Worry doesn't work. Makes you miserable. Stop worrying. Start trusting God. Now, Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, God has set the right time for everything. Because, see, God's timing is perfect. His time is perfect. Of the 6 phases, the 3rd phase for us Americans is very difficult because none of us like to wait. We're activists. We are doers, man. We think it's far easier to work than it is to wait. Man, if I could just do something about this problem in my house or my marriage or my problem in my body, about the problem at work, then I'll just be Mr. Fix-It. I'll take care of that, see. We go out trying to fix everything. But God says, hey, I'll fix it if you'll just wait. Give me an opportunity. See, it is a delay that is building your character. And God can fix it a whole lot better than you can. See, the delays are teaching you and me to trust God. Don't fear, don't fret. Number 3, don't faint. God says, don't faint, don't get discouraged, don't give up. But that's the 3rd thing the Israelites did that kept them out of the promised land. Read Numbers 14, 2 and 4 with me. Let's do it again. Are you ready? All the Israelites grumbled against Moses. If only we had died in Egypt, we should choose a leader and go back to Egypt. Whoa, you see what they did? They gave up on their dream.